What is going on, guys? It is Frankie here. We are back in the undisclosed location of the house. Had to move out of the downstairs. Got my family down there right now. But I'm here talking about Clippers and Raptors. And Kawhi Leonard, in his return to Toronto, made it clear, and the entire LA Clippers team made it clear, who's the better team here. 112-92, 20-point win on the road, headlined by 23 from Kawhi in his return. You also had a great performances tonight from Harkless. PG was 3 for 14, but he did it. He did score 13 points. Patrick Beverley, yet again, 11 points. Just give him the sixth man of the year. Don't waste our time. And then you also had 11 points from Patterson, 10 from Montrez, 18 from Lou. I'm sorry. Why did I get Beverley and Williams confused? I'm sorry. Lou Williams with 18 points. Give him sixth man of the year. Patrick Beverley with 11 points. Again, just the reason why this team deserves to be the favorite to win it all. They got so many guys that can kill you. And again, Kawhi, who's one of the closest examples we have to Jordan in just terms of taking over a game late. But he didn't have to take over the game late here because they were already up. They were already up big. Do want to say this. And I want to talk about the Kawhi stuff here, him coming home, because it's way more interesting than the game. The game itself was fine. But I do want to talk about Kawhi and this, because this was a big story. Now, Kawhi coming back to Toronto. He gets the ring. He gets this great video tribute they did right before the game that included one of the best things I've seen in a long time in terms of video tributes. So yeah, they do the video. You've probably seen it already if you've seen this. They do the video tribute for him. They have all the moments from the last year, and then at one point on the court, they recreate using, I guess, lights, his footsteps for that game-winning shot he had against Philadelphia. They recreate the whole thing using his footsteps, which I thought was one of the coolest things I've seen in terms of video tribute. They give him the ring. Everybody loves him. He gets so many cheers. Ends with MVP, which I thought was kind of awkward. It was good, but yeah, if you're a Toronto player, you're like, hey, come on. Pascal Siakam, like, come on, look what I've been doing. But Kawhi was Finals MVP. It's one of the few times that we've seen where a high-profile player near the top of his game leaves the team that he leaves his team, especially after a championship. I mean, I think he was the first player in the history of the NBA to leave his team after winning an NBA Finals MVP. He leaves them, goes to LA, and he gets incredible warm reception there in Toronto. You compare that to like LeBron in Cleveland, that's a little bit different. Kawhi or KD in Oklahoma City. We just saw this. We're going to see it when Kawhi goes back to Boston and actually plays. It's so unique, and we see it a few times. We saw it with Conley earlier this year, but it's rare we see this. And the guy again left near the top of his game. He leaves the city, and then the fans love him because they know that that's not where he wanted to be in the first place. He wanted to go to LA. Going back to that year, I thought Kawhi was gonna just sail that year. I didn't pick the Raptors to win the title because I thought Kawhi was just gonna mail it in. I was dead wrong. He was great, especially down the stretch. The win against Philadelphia. Especially the shot there, how great he played against Milwaukee, his fantastic performance against Golden State, all the great moments he made along the way, the dunks on Giannis in Milwaukee, the dunk near the end of Game 7 that really finished the game, or that was Game 6, that's right, that was the 6-game series. And it was, it's amazing to me how what this guy was able to do all year. Again, for a team that he didn't really want to be a part of, for him to get there and win that title is simply extraordinary. And again, elevates it. And it's also, I was thinking about this. This is one of the few times in the history of the NBA, I think, that we're gonna, or maybe one of the few times in the history of sports, maybe the only time, a guy's probably gonna get his number retired for only winning one ring, or for only being there 1 year. Excuse me. He was only there 1 year. He's probably gonna get his number retired. Which again, you never see that. You never see that ever. But think about it. He won them a title. I want to do a video on this back in June, but I wasn't able to. He won one. He was there 1 year, won the title, leaves. He's probably gonna get his number retired. How many times in the history of sports he's gonna get his number retired after 1 year, probably, and he deserves it. It's just strange how that's gonna happen. But that is the story of Kawhi. Goes to San Antonio, wins the title. Goes to Toronto again, doesn't want to be there. But wins the title there, and now he's with LA. And I mean, if he can win a title with the Clippers, it only elevates him in terms of his greatness, and his superstardom is going to just, oh gosh. Again, to win 3 titles with 3 different teams would be extraordinary. He's going to try to do that this year, but it just it was just really special to see that, to see the people of Toronto, and we know Canadians are very nice, but to see the people of Toronto give him such a warm reception there To see Kyle Lowry giving him the ring, that was just really, really cool. And yeah, it was a great tribute to a guy. Again, he was only there 1 year, but man, did he leave it. From the laugh at the beginning of the year to the title at the end of the year, he left quite an impression on Toronto. And he's got a title because of them. I mean, everybody played great in that series, but he's the number one reason why they got a title. And so, man, that was just an awesome thing to see today. We should talk about the game a little bit more because there was a game here, and we should get on it. Again, I feel like that's more interesting. The Kawhi coming back is way more interesting, I feel like, than this game. Because this game was, I mean, Toronto scored 14 points in the second quarter. That was basically it. In the second quarter, the Clippers scored 37 points. Toronto scored 14. Clippers just shut them down again there in the second. And, that was basically it after that. It was that second quarter. I mean, we've seen the Clippers come back a lot in the fourth quarter. Again, there was no need to this time because they were just dominant in the second quarter. Again, 23 from Kawhi, 14 from Harkless, 13 from PG, even though he wasn't the best night from shooting, but it didn't matter. And you had Patrick Beverley with 11. You had Lou Williams with 18. Again, why I'm picking this team to win it all, they've got so many guys on this team that you like in a big moment. So many guys you can trust. Again, they're so deep all around that this just looks like a perfect, not a perfect team, but just a really, really star-studded team. Again, loaded top to bottom. Again, headlined by somebody who can take over a game in Kawhi. And, I mean, if Paul George is your second best player, that's a darn good team. We saw that, although we saw that last year with the Thunder, with Westbrook, and so I guess, you know what, never mind. I take that statement back. No, Paul George is a great second player, but it didn't work in Oklahoma City. But this is a much better team there than it was in Oklahoma City, and I feel like Kawhi is a better teammate to have. Yet again, Harden gets 50 points, and the Rockets needed every one of them, man. Oh, yes, the Rockets. They won tonight, I believe. Well, yes, the Rockets beat the Cavs 116-110, just holding on against Cleveland. An awful Cleveland team that's looking like it's going to trade. That is looking like it's going to trade Kevin Love, and you barely beat them by 6. Harden was 20 for 34 from the field tonight, and Harden scored 55 yet again. Actually, a good night for shooting from Harden. 10 for 18 from the 3. See, I want more of that. I love that. Those are the nights I love from Harden. This is a crazy stat line from Harden. He has 10 threes out of 18, and he only gets to the free throw line 5 times. He's 5, but he made all his free throws. So Westbrook tonight not as good. 9 for 20, 1 for 4 from 3, but he did have 23 points. So and then you had Capella with 10, Tucker with 8, House with 6. Again, they barely hang on against Cleveland. Hey man, how's it going? It's going great. All godly. It was the other way around. The Rockets had to get back into it in the fourth. The Raptors need one more superstar on their team. They had their one superstar and he left. Again, Toronto's a good team. Like I've been talking about this. Toronto has taken such a step forward in this season after Kawhi left. It's like with Siakam. Everybody on Fred VanVleet is playing great. It's just everybody on that team has really stepped up their game again ever since Kawhi left. I'm looking here for the stats from tonight's game. Siakam did have 24 points. I feel like it looked like he was struggling early. Anunoby had 13. Powell had 22. Gasol was out there for 31 minutes, scored 9 points. Lowry was out there for 35 minutes, went 1 for 8, only scored 6. Serge Ibaka was out there 20 minutes, was 0 for 8. That's a killer. So it wasn't a great night all around tonight for Toronto, but they've been great all year. They've been really I'm not too worried about them. But Clippers 6-6 on the road. That's interesting. They're 11-1 at home. No, 13-1 at home. They're 6-6 on the road. Again, if you're going to win the NBA, you got to be good at both. Because when you play in the playoffs, you're going to be in both. You're going to be home and away. So you got to do better on the road. The Raptors are 9-3 on home. They fall to 16-8 on the year. I was wishing this game. I can't watch the stream tonight. I just figured I'd stop by. See you at the next stream, though, man. Have a good night. It's all godly. I'll see you tomorrow night for the Jets Ravens live stream. So I will be back for that. So tune in for that. And so, yeah. What else? Okay, there it is. But man, I wish this game was better. I wish this game was closer. Last night was fairly close there near the end. This game just again after the second quarter when LA just went on a tear and 37-14 played some of their best defensive ball of the year. It just felt like all right, like this isn't really going anywhere. We know what this is going to be. It's going to be a Clippers win. I thought the Clippers were going to win going into this, but. The second quarter was like, all right, yeah, that's it. Good night. And so, I mean, and as we've said, I've probably said this for like the last 3-4 weeks. Right now, it's Clippers, Lakers, and Bucks right now for that top spot. How about the Lakers, by the way, winning again tonight? Looking for the box score here. The Lakers beat the Magic 96-87. Jared Dudley got thrown out of the game, which was fun. I don't know exactly for what yet. I haven't seen the replay. Charlotte right now up 106-101 on the Nets. 105-101 on the Nets. Charlotte. Again, Charlotte is such a fun team right now. Charlotte is like the Dolphins. They're not very good, but like, you know what? They're fighting, they're clawing, and they're having fun. LeBron had 25, Davis had 16, KCP had 15. Yes! The resurgence of KCP! The Pacers are actually holding the... Do you think the Raptors have another chance at the finals in a couple of years? With this group, I'm going to say no. And we talk about the next 2 years. You got to see what you can get in free agency. But right now, I'm going to say no. But again, the Clippers do have the benefit. They have one of the top tier general managers in all the game right now. So, who knows what Asai is going to cook up in the offseason, what he's going to be able to do. Again, this is a really good team right now, and they've truly taken a step up from last year. But in terms of like competing for a title, or like being in the finals again, right now I'm going to lean towards no. And right now, I feel like Milwaukee and Boston I feel like are better. And if they're right, Philadelphia I feel like is a better team. Even though Philadelphia always worries me with Simmons and Embiid, but we know Philadelphia's a good team, so it's not like they're not bad under any stretch. Indiana barely beat Boston tonight, 122-117, and man, 44 from Kemba, and they weren't able to get it done. Their field goal percentage and 3-point percentage was about the same, but Indiana got 29 from Malcolm Brogdon, and they win. Boston is 17-6 in total this year. They're 7-6 on the road. Feels like the Celtics have been struggling as of late, or maybe because like there were so few losses last time I checked, and now like they're slowly gaining up. It's going to happen. Looking here for the NBA standings, and again, Boston and Charlotte right now tied 106-106. Do you think over under 63 wins for the Lakers? Ooh, I love these kind of questions. Over under 63. Here's the thing. Their best player, LeBron, is not looking towards how many regular season wins we can get, and he's all about getting ready for the playoffs. So, I'm going to say 63-21. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say they're not going to get to 70. I say around like 65. This team clearly has the talent to do it. I say they get to 64, 65, and then that'll be it. But yeah, and then after that they'll shut it down. Because again, with LeBron at his age, you got to make sure, and Anthony Davis, who has been healthy for the most part, even though he's had some problems here, you got to make sure that these guys are healthy come playoff time. You do not want to overwork them. You don't want to, we saw with the prime example of this. Boston isn't even that good. I think Boston's got talent. Hayward went to the locker room after taking a shot in the face from Doug McDermott an hour ago. So, Boston has been better than I thought they would be so far. Again, the Kemba signing has really helped this team out. But looking for the Lakers record here. But the Lakers. So right now again they're around like 21-3. I believe. Okay, the Lakers with this one they're 22-3. LeBron with another triple double. Year 17, people. It's year 17 of this. Amazing. Unbelievable. His talent. Raptors are better than Boston. The defending champions. Guess I'll give you the. I'm just surprised how good Siakam. Siakam again taking another step. He was the most improved player last year. He might be the most improved player this year. So yeah, I say the Lakers get over under 63. Good to see you, David, Michael, and Plasma Warrior. Thank you guys for joining us here tonight. Yes, we were just talking about that. Another 50-point performance from Harden, but it ends up getting the Rockets a 116-110 win, hanging on there against Cleveland. So, a rough day for Houston. They lose Garrett Cole, and they did get the win. So that was nice for them to calm down to calm down that. By the way, if you guys haven't seen yet, I had a reaction earlier this morning to the Garrett Cole signing, so you can go check that out along with my Week 15 predictions. It's over here on the channel. Unfortunately, the Garrett Cole signing, I was disappointed because I was ready to do a live stream as soon as that happened, and it happened right as I went to bed. Right as I went to bed last night, Garrett Cole signed with the Yankees, and so I missed out on all that. But I was able to celebrate it today. Thanks for reminding me how expensive the signing was going to be. Oh, yes, it would have been a lot. It would have been a very, very big suspension. And it's why I'm worried for the Yankees' sake. Over $300 million. We're paying that for Giancarlo right now. we paid that for A-Rod, or I don't know. A-Rod wasn't 300. Giancarlo was the first 300 million player. So I'm a little worried about the length, but I mean, I feel like in terms of talent, he's worth it. We've seen this in terms of talent. This guy's worth it. So, but yeah, I don't know what he's going to be on that back end. The back end of that contract is going to scare me. But goodness gracious. So yeah, Hornets right now up 5. Hornets look like they're going to get the win here. They got 18 seconds left. The Jazz are beating the Timberwolves. The Bulls are beating Atlanta by 20. Both teams under 500. Wow, it's a lot of lettuce. That's an incredible amount of lettuce. I mean, and again, to think how much Strasburg got, now Cole gets this much. Imagine if the Mets hadn't signed Zach Wheeler last year, or yeah, that was earlier this year. Imagine if the Mets hadn't signed Zach Wheeler, how much money he'd be getting. Wheeler could be making if Wheeler keeps playing like this for the next 4 or 5 years, his extension, when it kicks in 2024 or 5 or whatever, is going to be insane. Like his market is going to be crazy. How much is the Yankee payroll right now? I mean, there's a ton of money in maybe 2 or 3 players, and you have to let go of GD for that. It's over $200 million. What is it, 240 or something like this? Some crazy number like that. It's a big payroll, but the Yankees can afford it. That's the luxury of being the Yankees. I bet Yankee fans are happy that we're very, very happy. Very ecstatic, and I feel like this puts the Yankees. I know my Houston fans aren't going to enjoy this, but I feel like this puts the Yankees right now as the favorite to win it all. I feel like this is the best team right now going. And you make the Yankees better, you make the Astros weaker. It's a great move by Cashman. I love it so much. Just terrific. Finally, the Yankees spend money, so good for them. We should spend more time talking about the game. Oh gosh, okay. Cards home. Okay, Clippers win by 20. Rockets win by 6. Pacers win by 5. Right now, the Pelicans-Bucks game is going on right now on ESPN. I'm not really interested in it because the Pelicans kind of stink. We've been over this. Pelicans are 2-9 on the road. They're 6-18 in total. It's sad that we have to keep watching the Pelicans on TV. I'm glad that Cole didn't go to the Angels at least. Yeah, that would have been nice for them. I'm going to be honest, the loss of Harris likely hurts the Astros a little bit more. That's a bummer. But look, Houston's still going to be a great team. Houston's still going to be great this year. Don't count out. Houston's still going to be a really, really loaded team. As long as they don't get suspended. As long as nobody on that team gets suspended, Houston's going to be fine. But yeah, I don't really like talking about the Pelicans anymore. They are not very good. They have somehow been a joke with Zion. I mean, I guess the team just hasn't really connected together, and the Zion injury has really hurt this team. So that was the kill. The Zion injury just killed this team, and it looks like he's not going to be back for a while now. They're really not going to rush that injury. So we're going to have to wait to see Zion's return. We'll probably do a live reaction to Zion's first game if he comes on ESPN. We'll probably do a live reaction to that. But, I mean, I want to see him. But I'm just having the feeling now. Although Blake Griffin's first year, he was hurt the whole year. And then he comes into the second year, his official first year, and he dominates. So maybe it's just like, all right, maybe it's just one injury. Maybe it's not something that Clippers fans have to worry about. Or Pelicans fans have to worry about. Because they were so excited when they got him, and you'd hate for it to just backfire like this. And looking at the other stats from here tonight, again, 23 from Kawhi, 24 from Pascal, but the Clippers had more of a bench here. The Clippers scored 20 points. Clippers scored more than 24 points in all 4 quarters. The Raptors only did that in 2. They had the 14-point quarter in the second, and the Clippers had 37, and that was just a killer. Was just an absolute killer. I hope that we don't see that again. I'm not going to go that far because, I mean, when you put the Greg Oden label on there, that's a terrible thing. But yeah, is Zion's body just... The thing you have to wonder, is Zion's body able to have him play basketball? Is his body just not... Like, I was listening. Greg Oden's body was not capable to play basketball for 10, 15 years. It just wasn't meant to be that way. Is Zion the same way? But, again, we all hope it is because his athleticism, his talent. We know this. I'm just hoping that it doesn't turn into a Greg Oden, but I don't want to use that too early. Rockets versus Magic this Friday night. All right, I don't think that game will be on TV. Tomorrow again is Sixers Celtics, so it's a bummer because I really wanted to talk about Sixers Celtics, but I probably won't be able to because I'll be doing the Ravens Jets game. So we're gonna have to wait for that. We're gonna have to wait for the Sixers and the Celtics video, but Ravens Jets, that's just as important. I'm hoping either for an upset from the Jets or a Lamar Jackson, another breathtaking performance. Lamar's turned into maybe my favorite player right now. Like last year it was Mahomes. This year it's Lamar. I just love, and again, if you watch football, you know this. I just love watching Lamar every single game. Every single game you get a chance to see something special from him. So, hold on. Let me just make the microphone here a little bit closer. Okay, there we go. I don't think it's a problem, but just want to make sure of all that. So, by the way, if you're new to this channel and you like what you see, make sure you subscribe down there below for all the latest. We have live streams almost every day. We have a live stream tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I think next Monday as well. We are just constantly working here, heading straight towards the end of the year with a whole bunch of videos coming out. So get ready for all that. I see the Lakers beat the Magic tonight. Yes, we just talked about that. Big win yet again for the Lakers. They go to 22-3. Two best teams right now in the NBA, Lakers and Bucks. Strange. The Lakers-Bucks, wasn't that an NBA Finals? I feel like the Lakers and Bucks played in the NBA Finals. Maybe that was like one of those like 70s. That was like one of those years in the early 70s when they had Kareem on the team. Had the Lakers or Bucks ever played in an NBA Finals? Lakers-Bucks NBA Finals wiki. Again, I swear I feel like that was the Finals. No, it wasn't. All right, what year did? Okay, so all right, list of NBA champions. Who did the Bucks beat in the finals that they were in? I know they beat somebody. Did they beat? Okay, the Bucks played. Oh, the Bucks beat the Bullets in '71, and they beat the Celtics in '74. Oh, that's weird. So yeah, we never got a Bucks Lakers final. We got Bucks winning. The Bucks won the title in '71. Lakers won it in '72 and '73. The Bucks won it in '71. The Lakers won it in '72. The Knicks won it in '73. Celtics won it in '74. And the Bucks played the Bullets and the Celtics in those two finals. Could have sworn it was Bucks Lakers. Who would you rather be right now? The Pelicans? You don't expect much this year and can make the moves, or the Warriors? I think I'd rather be the Warriors. I think I'd rather be the Warriors because that talent is still there, and you still have Curry, and you got a rising D'Angelo Russell. So, and you got a great coach. So I'd probably right now I'd rather be the Warriors. Even though the Pelicans, you look at this team and like, all right, that's a team that if Zion is healthy, that's a team that should be good for the future. But right now, I'll take the proven commodity. Everybody hit that like. Thank you, David. Kareem played for the Bucks first, then he played for the Lakers. No, I knew that. I was just like, for some reason, I thought the Bucks and Lakers had played each other in an NBA Finals, and for some reason that didn't happen. But again, those are the two top teams right now in the NBA in terms of conferences. The Bucks in the East, the Lakers in the West. Miami's the second best team. They're good. And yes, the Knicks are 4-20. The Knicks just constantly hurting me every night. The Knicks. Oh, guess what? Tonight we get 4-20 Knicks against 5-20 Warriors. Attendance expected to be 7. Gosh. 4-20 Knicks and 5-20 Warriors. It's not on national TV. I don't think I'm gonna watch it. I kind of. Do I want the Knicks to win that, or do I want them to lose by 50? Because I don't. If this is going to be a train wreck, let it just be an all-time baffling train wreck. This is in such an insufferable year. The Knicks are on like what, a 10, 11 game losing streak right now. They're on a 10 game losing streak. Their point differential is minus 11.1, which is the worst in the league. They haven't won a game yet in the division. They've only won one game on the road. They've given up 111 points. And here's your Knicks pain for the night. Thank you. This would be like a daily. This should be a daily feature. And now here's Frankie's Knicks pain of the night. Go Knicks, beat Warriors. I just need to vent a little bit. I always need to vent when it comes to the Knicks because I always just need to scream and yell about something regarding this team. I mean, every year you just deal with it. But that game is going to start in 30 minutes. So, By the way, are you guys getting the stream pretty? Are you guys getting a good stream? Because I'm not getting like, if the stream is choppy, I apologize for it. But right now, it looks like the stream is pretty good. If it's choppy, it's because like I have a bunch of things right now that I have to be doing because I got like a bunch of things on my screen. So I don't think it's choppy, but just please let me know if it's choppy because I don't think it is. It's not saying if it's choppy or not. So again, Bucks, Heat, Celtics, Sixers, Raptors, Pacers, Nets, and Magic. Those are the 8 in the East. The East, I mean, the Magic are 11-13, and they're right now the 8th seed. The 8 right now, although the same thing in the West, the Thunder and Suns are both in it right now, and they're both 11-12. The West 8 are the Lakers, Clippers, Mavericks, Rockets, Nuggets, Jazz, Thunder, and Suns. I could have told you the Lakers. I guess, yes, the stream is good, Frankie. Thank you. Okay. So I'm the only one getting a choppy quality of it. Okay. All you guys are getting good quality of it. I'm getting a choppy quality. Okay, so that makes sense. This looks like, I swear, if it wasn't for the Yankees getting beat by the Astros every year, it seems even for the decade, New York sports would be depressing. At least you lose to a solid team. Again, it's been awful. We've talked about this. The Knicks. Hopefully the Nets are on the rise. Hopefully the Mets are on the rise. And I don't know about the Jets and the Giants, but and the Yankees are just constantly good. So it's just a lot of hope right now. It's just hoping that everything can turn around. It's just hoping that these teams can be good. It's just hoping that all these draft picks and free agents work out. It's not a lot of, except for the Yankees. I mean, the Yankees were, a few bats away from getting to the World Series. If that Altuve home run doesn't happen in Game 2, or was it Springer or Correa? I can't tell at this point. And then you had DJ hit the home run in Game 6, so you had your chances there. What is the Knicks record? The Knicks record is 4-20. The Warriors record is 5-20. So it's a 9-40 game that's going to be happening tonight. They should pay you to go see those games. You should not be paying to watch Knicks Warriors. They should pay you. If you're watching that game at home, they should pay you. Oh, what a joke. I mean, there were people saying this year, the Warriors aren't going to be good. The Warriors are going to miss the playoffs. I didn't think that, but man, I don't know if anyone guessed. I mean, with the injuries, we didn't guess. But yeah, how insufferable this is. Again, if you're Steph, why bother coming back to this? If you're Steph Curry, don't even bother coming back this year. Just rest, sit home, be with the family, come back next year. They don't need you. They don't need you right now. It's only getting worse, so, just relax. They're playing that game in San Francisco tonight. Again, all the people in San Francisco should be paid to go see that game. They shouldn't make you go. You shouldn't pay to see it. I know that. Is that Nets-Knicks game? So right now it's still all right. So it's 111-106 Charlotte with 22 seconds to go. Nets on the verge of a loss here. If they do, they go to 13-11. And the Nets have been good for the most part. They're 8-2 right now in the last 10. They've won 3 in a row. But the Kyrie injury hurt them. And again, as I've said about the Nets, it's not about this year with the Nets. It's about next year. At least the Islanders aren't failing epically. Yeah, at least that. They got a stadium, so it's nice for them. I know that. But with the Nets, again, it's about next year. We've talked about this. It's about next year. It's about KD staying healthy, or KD getting back healthy, and Kyrie not turning into the worst human being possible like he was on the Celtics. You just want to make sure that he doesn't blow up at everybody. Oh, gosh. So I'm worried about that with him. Always worried about that with him. And so, yeah, we should say this. Again, we'll have a Ravens-Jets. And keep asking me questions here, guys. I love doing this. We're near the 30-minute mark, so we'll go for another 30. We're going to do the schedule coming up here on this channel. We've got a Ravens-Jets video coming out tomorrow. We're going to do a live stream reaction to Ravens-Jets. So stay tuned for that. That should be a lot of fun as we break down those two teams. And then Friday, we're going to be on after the West Coast game's not supposed to be. I believe it's Lakers-Heat on Friday. So we're going to be on after that. So stay tuned for that. Lakers Heat is 7 o'clock on Friday. So at around 9:30, Lakers Heat there will be a live reaction. So stay tuned for that. So yeah, Friday night after Lakers and Heat, there'll be a reaction. Saturday, we'll have the college football Heisman show, the Heisman reaction, which will be Saturday at 8. And then Sunday, we'll have a live reaction to the NFL, whatever the Sunday night game is. I hope the Knicks win tonight, but it's hard to say who wins the game, to be honest. Of course, you shouldn't bet this game. You shouldn't even predict this game. When you have two teams this bad, you shouldn't even bother. With the first pick, what team here selects? I think it's the Bengals. I mean, I'm hoping the Giants get it. I'd love Chase Young on our team. He seems like the real deal. But with Cincinnati, they only got one win. So the Giants have to keep losing and hope that Cincinnati pulls out a win, and then we'll see what the tiebreakers are. But gosh, I'd love Chase Young to really help out that defense, because that defense needs a lot of help. It's just insufferable. Again, like with the Knicks, it's been insufferable. The Jets and Giants it's been just a terrible year for both teams. I mean, the Giants were supposed to be bad, but it's still bad, and the Jets were supposed to develop this year, and that obviously hasn't happened. So looking at it right now, it's just a situation of how much worse can this get? How much worse can this get for both sides here? How much worse can this get for both teams? For all these teams, they got 3 more weeks to show that they've got 3 more weeks to show they don't have to be a complete disaster. They got 3 more weeks in themselves. So yeah, and then whatever the Sunday game is. So yeah, that's the schedule. Thursday, Jets Ravens. Friday we will have a live reaction to Lakers Heat. Saturday we have the Heisman Show. Sunday we're gonna have a reaction to the Sunday night game, which I'm not entirely sure what it is, even though I did a video. Oh yeah, it's Bills Steelers. So a live reaction after Bills Steelers, and then Monday we'll have a live reaction after Colts Saints. So again, as we head near the holidays, live reactions every single day here for the next 5-6 days. So a lot of good stuff coming up. Bengals versus the Dolphins next week. I got Dolphins winning that game. I hope you're right. Bengals have the Pats, Dolphins, and Browns left. Bengals have the Pats, Dolphins, and Browns. I think at least 2 losses, and then maybe a third. It might be a third. It depends on how on what the situation is there with what happens with Miami. Because Miami, but Miami again. Miami plays hard. To quote Rasheed Wallace, both teams played hard. Miami plays hard. So that might give the edge to the Dolphins there. It might just barely give the edge to the Dolphins. But I won't be picking that game. Won't even bother. Don't waste my time. Don't waste my time with that. Can't watch any more of this. Any more questions there, guys? Any more comments? Anything as we continue wrapping up the Toronto and Clippers game tonight, with the Clippers winning pretty handily. Clippers winning by 20 in a win in Kawhi's return home. The Brooklyn Nets game is over, and yeah, the Hornets won 113-108. 40 points from Devontae Graham. The Bucks are already up 35-12. It's 1:20 left in the first. And again, Milwaukee's a much better team. Milwaukee's on such a roll right now. Grizzlies and Suns tied at the half. The Bulls are up 30 on the Hawks. Jazz are up 15 on the Timberwolves. That is the what's going on in the NBA. Where does Anthony Rendon go? I mean, the biggest question in the winter meetings before that was, where does Garrett Cole go? Anthony Rendon. I'm looking here at the rumors because again, we've been engulfed with the Garrett Cole news over the last few days. So with Rendon, okay, we're getting a report from Ken Rosenthal. The Angels want to get a deal done with Rendon tonight. So the Rangers are out on Rendon. Jeff Fletcher reports that the Angels are working on a deal with him. The Angels hurried towards meeting right now and attempt to sign Anthony Rendon. They have a strong offer on the table. The Angels look like the favorites. There's a chance that Anthony Rendon could be signed tonight. So it looks like, from all accounts, Anthony Rendon is probably going to go to the Angels unless something crazy happens here. So yeah, it looks like tonight will be the night Anthony Rendon is signed. So where do the Rockets play at this Friday? I think you said they play at the Magic. I don't have the entire NBA schedule here in front of me. So the Rockets Friday night will play. They're in Orlando. Again, that's Lakers Heat. And the Knicks play the Kings. That should be a Kings win. You can't do much when Julius Randle is your top leading scorer. There's just not a lot to look forward to. There's just not a lot. You can't get really excited on that. Again, especially when you fire your coach midway through the year. There's just not a lot of great. Angels trying to finalize Anthony Rendon deal tonight. Rangers pivoting to Josh Donaldson. The Angels are working on an Anthony Rendon deal. So it looks like, unless they mess this up, it looks like Anthony Rendon is joining. Knicks play this team should win. Now that's exactly how it is. But yeah, you're asking that right now. It looks like Anthony Rendon is heading towards the Angels to join Mike Trout. That's a fearsome twosome right there. Also, Devontae Graham trending worldwide right now. I get a lot of my scores from Twitter. Devontae Graham scoring 40 points tonight. He's averaged 29 points and 53% from three in his last 5 games. What a sick run here from Graham. He's made 100 threes in 27 games or less to start the season. He joins Curry and Harden. How the heck? Pay Devontae Graham his money. What a stud. Charlotte, man, what a great move by Charlotte. He's been good. Again, Charlotte's a bad team, and he's been really good on them. It's amazing he's a second-round pick. Second-round 34th pick last year, and look at what Charlotte's getting out of him. Kemba Walker's going to wish he hadn't left. He wants to be able to play with him. And then we had the other big NBA news tonight. So, yeah, that's the big news right now is Devontae Graham scoring 40. And then Jared Dudley getting ejected. Jared Dudley finally getting legitimate minutes, and he gets ejected. Looking for it here. Got into a fight with Dwight Howard, it looks like. Oh, gosh. So, Dwight Howard got into some, like a shoving match with somebody. Again, I will give this. I'm shocked Dwight Howard is still on the Lakers. I thought he would have been gone by now. Jared Dudley just wants to punch people. Jared Dudley just wants to continue to punch people. If I didn't have to suffer through the years of $100 average, you'd be laughing at the Knicks. Well, oh, good. I'm glad you're not. The Ravens will blow out the Jets tomorrow night in Baltimore. I'm expecting a Ravens win from that. I'm not expecting a Knicks blowout. I'm not expecting a Jets upset win. That'd make it interesting, but yeah, I'm expecting the Ravens to blow them out. Yes, the Jets beat the Dolphins. Whoop-de-doo. It was good that you beat the Dolphins. That doesn't make you good. Especially when the Dolphins score 7 field goals and you can barely win that. They barely beat a team that had 7 field goals and no touchdowns. You can't beat that. You don't convincingly win that game. Everything about them is infuriating. But again, it's been that way for 50 years, so there's nothing really else to really expect. Oh, also, a new stat here. Is this a James Harden stat? This is from ESPN. James Harden becomes the 3rd player in NBA history with 50-point games against at least 15 different teams. He joins Jordan and Kobe. Jordan and Kobe had 17 50-point games against 15 different teams. James Harden tonight had his 15th, and he did it against the... for some reason, I can't believe this. I was going to say... gosh. Blacked out here. Don't tell me who it is. I'm gonna get it. Why did I black out here? We were just talking about it. Oh yeah, the Cavs. Did against the Cavs. Not my best moment there, but yeah, he gets his 50. He gets his 50th. He gets a 50-point game against the Cavs. That's his 15th team to do it. He's special. He's special. What else is there to say? That's gonna be the all-time NBA what if. What if the Thunder hadn't given up on the big 3 too quickly? They gave up on them after they lost to the Heat because they didn't want to pay because they wanted to keep Serge Ibaka. And they go to Harden. Ugh. Man, Sam Presti should have been fired for that alone. Sam Presti should have been fired for that move alone. How can you give up on a guy like that? What else? Without Harden is playing, he may get that up to 18 this year. Oh yeah. He might break the record before the year is over. He's just scoring more and more. What's his average? When is the day? When are we gonna get a game in which Harden scores 100? I feel like we're just heading for the day with the way these guys shoot the ball now and the way these guys just take over a game. When are we getting the 100-point Harden game? I feel like that's got to come at some point. I mean, Kobe had his 80-point game, and imagine if Kobe was playing in today's NBA, where all these guys shoot all the time and the pace is just going ridiculously high. When's Harden gonna score his 100-point game? If that happens, I want to see it. I want to see it live. Imagine if we had Twitter for the Kobe 81. How crazy that would have been. James Harden right now. James Harden's averaging 38 points a game. Giannis is averaging 31. It's a 7-point differential. Top 5 right now. Harden, Giannis, Doncic, Trae Young, AD. Sick. What if the coin flip that brought Dream to Houston instead of Portland? Yeah, that's a good one too. Hakeem going to the Trailblazers. That would have been fun. Hakeem and Clyde. But he went to Houston. He wins you guys 2 rings. He wins you the 2 rings that Michael Jordan didn't compete for. Michael Jordan, I know Jordan competed for the second one, but that was midway through the year. I don't even count that as a full Jordan year. I don't count Jordan coming back in 94, 95. I pretend that didn't happen. I just alright, he came back in 95, 96, and he won the title. And then he won 2 more. Because he was the greatest of all time. He was the greatest of all time, took 2 years off Then Houston got Drexler in a trade with Portland to reunite Hakeem and Clyde. Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yes. Houston was a good team. Again, those Rocket teams, yeah, they beat the Knicks in 94, and they beat the Magic. They swept the Magic, I think, in 95. Again, imagine if they'd gone to Portland instead. But yeah, it was Houston number 1, Portland number 2, and then it was the Bulls number 3, and they got Jordan. What a great addition that was! Best addition in the history of the NBA. Greatest player of all time, picked 3rd. At least LeBron was picked 1st. At least LeBron was picked 1st. Same spot that Anthony Bennett went. Right now, Eric Bledsoe hit 3 3-pointers in the first 6 minutes of the first. Milwaukee up 35-20 on New Orleans as, I don't know, stinks. Jordan didn't come back right now. Again, I know he came back in 95. I pretend that didn't happen. I pretend that the Jordan Magic 95 season never happened, and he came back in 95-96 because he wasn't fully ready. He wasn't fully ready yet. He come back. He didn't know. I mean, the strike happened in baseball, so that was that was the strike. So he didn't know all this stuff. So I mean, how can you blame him? It's like he wasn't going to be 100%, but then he comes back in 95-96, and the team has its greatest year yet. Phil has a great year. What if the Bulls didn't trade for Rodman? That's a good one. What if Kareem never left Milwaukee? Milwaukee would have gotten a few more rings. What if LeBron had 1 year in college? Then he would have gone to the Magic, I think. He would have gone to probably Orlando. What if Derek Fisher didn't hit that shot against the Spurs? What year was that? The Derek Fisher shot was 04, right? The Derek Fisher shot with the Lakers was 04. That was 04, I think. That couldn't have been 03, right? Yeah. It was 2004. It was Game 5 of the Western Conference Semifinals. I remember that because my mom, who never recorded anything, my mom videotaped. She got the VHS, put the videotape. She videotaped the game afterwards and was like, "Frankie, you have to watch this. You have to see this." It was crazy. It was an unbelievable buzzer beater. But yeah, then the Spurs. Maybe San Antonio beats Detroit in that NBA Finals. But then they beat them next year. What if Shaq and Kobe never split up? But then we don't know how good Kobe is. We don't really get, I think, get appreciation for Kobe, I feel like. And what if Shaq never, and Shaq, man, if Shaq had stayed healthy, or if Shaq wasn't such a, man, Shaq was great, but A, he was really sensitive, and B, could have been a lot better. Could have had a lot more effort. But yeah, what if Shaq and Kobe never split up? Again, it's something, I mean, who knows how many more titles they would have won, but they were losing to Detroit. Maybe they don't lose to Detroit if they're 100% committed. I'm grateful he retired when he did, and when the Rockets went on to win 2 titles. Yeah. Houston won 2, haven't won 1 since. They're trying now with Harden and Westbrook, trying with that fearsome combination. That just always seems to me like a combination that's just getting ready to just explode. Not a big fan. I mean, again, they're both great players. I just don't know if that is just going to match. I don't think that matches together. We saw it. We see it in the playoffs. That Westbrook and whoever doesn't mash. Harden and whoever just doesn't mash. Maybe it will this year. I like the dream team of the 90s in the Olympics. Oh, who doesn't love that? The greatest players in the history of the NBA and Chris Mullin. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. The greatest players in the NBA and Chris Mullin and Christian Laettner. And I only say that because I look at, like, all those other guys are legends. And I guess Chris Mullin is too. But Chris Mullin is like, if I'm asking like who was probably the weakest player on those teams, probably Mullin and Laettner. It was almost definitely Laettner. I understand why they put Laettner on that team, because Laettner they wanted to bring one college guy in. And I think it made sense. Laettner was the college player of the year. So it's like, all right. They could have had Shaq, but, we didn't know how good Shaq was going to be. That should be, is that a question? Who's the weakest guy on the dream team? I think it has to be. I think it's been considered Laettner, and if not, it's Mullin. I wonder if that's an article. Weakest guy, weakest player. Yeah, Laettner. It's considered Laettner. And yeah, I would have Mullin as my second. That's such an unbelievable team. Even though they won they won the Olympics, it was great. Even though if they had once they started bringing NBA players, it didn't matter who was going to go. But That Dream Team was so amazing. Yeah, I wish I could have watched. I wish I could have watched those teams. Dream Team. I gotta put that. And created a whole litany of Dream Teams for everyone else to follow. And look at this team. Dream Team. You have Chuck Daly as the coach. You have Larry Wilkins, PJ Cosmo, and Mike Krzyzewski as assistants. And then you have Leitner, Robinson, Ewing, Bird, Pippen, Jordan, Drexler, Malone, Stockton, Mullen, Barkley, and Magic. I mean, how good is that? How loaded is that roster? That team was elected to the Hall of Fame. He still hit one of the wildest shots in NBA history. Of course, Christian. Leitner didn't have a great NBA career, but man, that shot against Kentucky, an all-timer. That I rooted for Duke when I was younger because when I'm sure a few of you guys played the NCAA March Madness video game back in the day. There was one mode on there where you could play as like great moments in NCAA history, and one of them was you could recreate the shot. You could recreate the Christian Leitner shot. You could recreate the throw it deep, 2 seconds, catch it, shoot it, score it. You could recreate that, and I was able to recreate that over and over again. The great Leitner shot. And yeah, that's why I became a Duke fan, because it was such a fun shot, and it's such a great memory in the history of college basketball and history of sports. I mean, that's a top 100 sports moment probably of all time. The Duke Kentucky. It might be the best college basketball game ever played. I mean, it's a sensational game. Duke at Kentucky, an all timer. And the shot by Woods that almost won. The shot by Woods that went in like 2 minutes beforehand was actually pretty good too. But no one remembers that. All they remember is Leitner. And how could you forget it? Got sidetracked there, but yeah, that's the best, man. Those were the good days. And Devontae Graham with 40 tonight. Devontae Graham. People are talking about Devontae Graham should make the Eastern Conference All-Stars. Why the heck not? Why the heck not? The way he's played this year, he's really stepped up this year. Fantastic. Solid. I don't know if they're going to do it, but I guess right now, I don't know. I kind of somewhat don't care about I love the dunk contest and the three-point shootout on Saturday night. Other than that, I don't really care about the NBA All-Star game. And the biggest final play in the game that you can think of for me has to be Joe Carter to walk off the World Series. The Joe Carter walk-off, the Bill Mazeroski walk-off. There's never been one in the NBA. James White touchdown in the Super Bowl. Was there ever been one in college football? Oh yeah, the Tua Tagovailoa touchdown in college football, and then the Chris Jenkins shot in for Villanova against North Carolina a few years ago. Those are the biggest plays ever. But yeah, the Joe Carter walk-offs, huge too. And they were down in that game. They were down. Carter hits the home run. Toronto wins the World Series. 26 years ago. That's Joe Carter's official Twitter profile. If you go to Joe Carter's Twitter account, he'll that's his Twitter profile. That moment. That's his avatar. And I get it. If I was Joe Carter, only two guys have ever done it. Mazeroski and Carter. Mazeroski did it in 60, of course, and then Joe Carter did it in 93. Hasn't been one since. But there have been a few walk-off home runs in a World Series. I thought Howie Kendrick's home run, if that happened in the ninth, it would have been amazing, but it happened in the seventh. Milwaukee right now up 22 on the New Orleans Pelicans, 50-28. Houston winning by 6, and the Pacers winning. Houston beat the Cavs by 6. Pacers beat the Celtics by 5. Those are a few of the scores going on right now. We got about 10 more minutes to go. So if you have any final comments, any final questions, please let me know down there in the comments below. Oh gosh. Big night here again. It was great to see Kawhi back in his hometown, or not hometown, but it was great to see Kawhi back in Toronto after 1 year. After all the uncertainty when he came there. Again, it wasn't his first spot. It wasn't his first choice. For him to come in there and have all that love and all that admiration for him from all those fans, it was a really, really cool thing to see. And I still get when I watch it, it's still a cool thing. It's still a really, really cool thing to see. So. and the relationship that he has with that city. 1 year there, he wins them a title, and then that's it. I mean, that's the ultimate mic drop. You go there for 1 year, you win them a title, and they love you, and they'll love him forever. He didn't quit on them. He won that title for them. He earned it. Played again. He was the number one reason why they won that series. Again, I'm glad he got an ovation. I figured they were probably going to give him an ovation. It would have been awful if they didn't. I mean, we saw this last year when LeBron came back to Cleveland. They gave him an ovation this time because you got us a championship. We can't be angry at you. And again, I'm glad the Cavs fans didn't boo LeBron, and I'm glad the Toronto fans didn't boo Kawhi because honestly, they got you what you wanted. You wanted a title, you got it. And in that town, you're left forever. And that's why LeBron is able to get away with all the terrible free agent signings that he made with Cleveland because I won a title. LeBron won a title, and I was like, all right. If Cole doesn't help the Yankees win a World Series, would you consider the signing a failure? I would say so. I would say so, kind of like Vernon was able to at least get the Astros to the World Series in 2017. I would say so. I know it's kind of unfair to Cole because even if he wins 4 Cy Youngs and has a couple 25-win seasons and he's just terrific, if they don't win a World Series, now it wouldn't be his fault. I mean, he would do great. He'd be great to attribute. He would be a great acquisition, but if we don't win a World Series, then what is it all for? What is all of this for? If you're a Yankee fan, again, that is the goal, World Series. I guess I should preference that. It would be a success, but, if they still wouldn't win a title, so it would mostly be a team failure. It wouldn't be, if he does his job, it won't be a failure. I want to see what he does. I want to see how he contributes to this team. And by the way, we will have a live reaction to the Gerrit Cole press conference. Whenever that is, we will have a live reaction to Gerrit Cole becoming a New York Yankee. That press conference is expected to happen next week. We will have a live reaction to that, so stay tuned for that. Next week, we will, again, the Gerrit Cole live press conference. It's going to be great. I'm so excited right now. Woo! Gerrit Cole, welcome to New York. This is such a great feeling. I was going to make a video today on Gerrit Cole, like a montage video, but it got blocked, so unfortunately I wasn't able to do it. But I got a bunch of other stuff, and I'll have some Yankee videos during the season. So now that I'm doing this I'm doing this full time now, so I gotta do as many of these videos as I can. So. Oh, gosh. Got about 7-8 minutes. Again, if you have any more questions here, any more comments, let me know. Milwaukee now up 25 on New Orleans. They're up 59-34. I think the Yankees are the favorite in the American League to go to the World Series right now. They're the favorite in baseball. They're not just the favorite in the American League. They're the favorite in baseball. No, yeah, the Houston rotation is still pretty good. This isn't a terrible loss towards Houston because they still have a lot of talented guys. But again, you're taking away one of your best pitchers from last year. What were the 2019? What were the AL Cy Young results? The Cy Young Award results. I want to see that, because Cole there at the end of the season was sensational. Cole had just an insane season. All right, so DeGrom won the Cy Young for the National League, and in the American League, they were 31st place votes, and they were either given to Verlander or Cole. Verlander barely got it. I mean, you're obviously not going to get Verlander. It's amazing that Verlander's still been able to do it at this point in his career. I mean, how old Verlander is, the fact that he's still doing it, but you're not going to give him that contract. Cole's much younger, and I'll take it after the insane year he had, over 300 strikeouts, the way he was just dominant down the stretch. And, just a fantastic pitcher there in Houston last year. So, hoping and praying that this works out. But we shall see. We shall see with Gerrit Cole. I mean, the Jacoby Ellsbury contract didn't work. The Tanaka contract worked. The A-Rod contract, I guess it worked because it won him a title, but there were a lot of bad years near the end. The CC contract did win. He won a title there near the front, but then near the end it got a little rough. Although he did have some big moments there for us in 2017. So we'll always love CC. We'll always love CC. Gosh. So we got about 5 more minutes here. Thank you guys again for watching this. Always love doing these videos with you guys. And again, we will be back tomorrow. So we got 5 more minutes to ask any question you want. So again, the schedule coming up. Thursday, we have a Verlander looks like this generation's Nolan Ryan. Not as dominant, but as effective as long lasting. That's a good comparison, Nolan Ryan. Nolan Ryan had 7 no-hitters. I mean, Verlander's got 3. Verlander's just got to get 4 more no-hitters. And then he can truly call himself Nolan Ryan. So, the schedule coming up, again, tomorrow night after Jets-Ravens, we'll be here doing a live reaction to that. Friday night, we have a live reaction after Lakers-Heat, so check that out. That's going to be fun. And then Saturday night, we will have a live reaction to the Heisman ceremony. And then Sunday, we'll have a reaction after Bills-Steelers. And then Monday, we'll have a reaction after Colts-Saints. And then sometime next week, we'll also have the Garrett Cole press conference. So a lot of stuff coming out here again in the next few days and weeks to come. I agree the Astros was looking bit. Of course, the Astros are, again, as long as they don't get suspended, as long as like their manager doesn't get suspended or something crazy like that happens, they got a lot of talent, again, with the offense and a dominating pitching staff. And even if you take Cole out of it, they're still loaded in pitching. So, and you do have Acuna, who is a terrible human being, but a great closer for them, great reliever. So, I can't wait to meet the Astros again next year. Astros, Yankees in the postseason. Let's do it. I can't wait for it. Give it to me. Final thoughts on the remaining free agents in baseball. I mean, the 2 ones that I was mainly focused on, Cole and Strasburg. All right, who's the top free agent? I mean, I guess Rendon's going to the Angels, so nice there. There'll be some other trade news that will come out, and I guess we'll react to it as the time goes on. But who are the top? Okay, sorry. We should. Who are the top free agents heading into this? Coming into the winter meetings? Because I got Didi signed with the Phillies. But I don't know if I consider that like a top tier free agent. Okay, so all right, MLB trade rumors, top 50. Let's go. All right. Do want to get a thought on this, but yeah, Cole signs with the Yankees. Strasburg signs with the Nationals. It's like all right. They made the again. I expected Strasburg to go there. Didn't expect. I had a feeling Cole was again. Once I heard they were going all out on Cole. By the way, shout out to Peter Gammons who nailed the Cole signing. We didn't like it at first, but and then Wheeler goes to the Phillies. We'll see what goes on with Josh Donaldson, and then Rendon's a huge. And the Phillies got Wheeler. We'll see what happens right now with the Rendon. That'll be figured out here in the next few days, or it looks like tonight. Go Knicks beat Warriors. Yeah, I agree. The Astros still can be for the title. Knicks Warriors. Knicks Warriors is the game in hell. I'm not looking forward to that game at all. I'm gonna do some other stuff tonight. I'll watch Bucks Pelicans. I'll keep an eye on Bucks Pelicans before I watch that game. Got about 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. The 2 minute warning. 2 minute warning. 2 minute warning here for coming up here. Again, this was again. I wish this game was better. I wish this was a closer game tonight. But Toronto won. They won pretty convincingly. They had a dominating second quarter. They were great on defense, and it was enough to give all of these live stream. By the way, I should finish this. Yeah, great win for Toronto. They win by 20, and or the Clippers. They win by 20, and again, they show why they're the best team right now in the NBA in terms of all around, in terms of the scoring. So all these live streams, by the way, they start by talking about the event that we're supposed to talk about, and then they, by the end of it, just collapse into nothing. Like we start off talking about we talk about the main topic for like 5 minutes and then we fade out. That's usually what happens. All I have to say is go Titans. Tennessee, woo! I picked the Titans earlier tonight. I picked Tennessee today. I think Tennessee's playing a little bit better right now. They're at home, like Tannehill and Henry. I've really gotten me believing. So right now I have the edge to Tennessee. All right, so is that it? Go Texans. Go Titans, go Texans. We'll have that game on Sunday. Should be good. A game that will probably determine the AFC South. All right, guys. So thank you, David. Thank you, Positive Warrior. Unless you have any final comments, final questions, please let me know. Thank you guys again for watching. As always, I'll be back tomorrow night right after the Ravens-Jets game. We'll have a live reaction, a live breakdown to Ravens and Jets. Should be a very, very, very exciting game. Very fun game as well. It's going to be very, very good. Hopefully. The Ravens should blow out the Jets. I tried to say, this kind of game could actually be good. No, the Ravens should blow out the Jets. Hoping for another great Lamar performance, we will see. Until then, guys, thank you. Have a good night. Thank you guys again so much. Thank you guys for all your support over the last few days. Make sure to subscribe for more if you're not already. Hopefully, in the next few weeks, we'll get to 2,000 subscribers, which would be just amazing. So thank you guys again. I'll talk to you guys soon. God bless.